Okay. If you can hear me, guys, I don't know how many we are currently on the live, but we're back for the New York session. If you can hear me, just drop voltage in the chart without chat. All right, without chat. Of course, you know that we had today going. Nothing too much today to trade. Nothing too much to do tomorrow. We're waiting for the month to end so that we can, start up a new month, new analysis, new market outlook, and then of course see how the crisis in the Middle East go this weekend. Okay. But first, before I continue on what we have on, let me know if you guys can hear me. Comment below. V, are you there? What's good?
Yo, my man. Hop up.
Yeah, cool. I'm good. What do you think about buy continuation um on crude oil?
Sorry, come again. I didn't get you.
And so, what do you think about the buy continuation on crude oil?
Yeah, like I am seriously locked in on that buy. Like I'm going to ride it to try the word hell.
I'm trying to take a buy
But
from this.
then,
I'm trying to take a buy from this region.
yeah, macro wise, yeah, I believe we should go up. Yes, macro wise, I believe we should go up. So all we could just do now is just use our technical to find an entry position, and then let's ride see if there will not be any catalyst that can uh, counter our position. All right, but then I believe stronger is going to go because a lot of news have even been like a lot of news. My my eyes are just so filled with a lot of release of lately for this few hour. Yet
Do you think the Iranians are going to back down anytime soon?
Irania does not understand English, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure they are going to
Okay,
back down anytime soon
that,
because
that's a
they
good one. That's a good
they deeply don't want to like let go of that Strait of Hormuz. You understand? And then the US want to take over, but then they will not allow. And I even heard I read the news whereby China is also supporting them with some kind of weapons and the rest like that. You understand? And once there's a support is coming from there, that will just show that should show a signal that is going to really be a very serious thing. And then with that said, right, I don't know, we might be seeing some bearishness on the DXY. Then I saw that card this afternoon, but then I'm still yet to come to a conclusion. So I don't want to actually say anything out here. But then I don't like if can you go to an empty chart? Let's check the Euro USD on the 1 month time frame. Or maybe let me see if I can share my screen.
Okay.
Call me, let me see if I can share my screen. How am I gonna do that? All right. Is my screen showing there?
Mm, Let me see. I think mine is showing. Okay, yours is showing now.
All right. Like if you look at the let me enlarge this a bit. Is it very clear?
Yes. Can I enlarge it a little bit? Yeah.
What about now?
Yes.
What about all right? So if you look at the Euro USD from the monthly time frame, let's leave macro and analyze. Yeah. Now you can see that the Euro range since 2025, as of June 2025, we had market bouncing from this level to this level, back down, back up, back up, and then we are back down. And this shows this is a very strong support level. You understand? This is a very strong support level. I don't know. Let me. Wait, is my chart really showing, or is just showing anyhow?
You might need to.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it showing well, or is just showing blurry?
It's kind of blurry.
Check the YouTube. Let me see. I think on YouTube is clear on YouTube because I can see it. I think it's clearer on YouTube than the room. Are you on YouTube?
Yes, I am. It is. It's clear
No, I
on
see it's
YouTube.
clear. I think it's clear on YouTube.
Yes, yes, it's clear on YouTube.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Emax Lord say share the live link, guys. All right. I thought you was talking to us. Yeah, yeah. So if you are joining us, you're welcome. Please share the live, right? So you can also spread the gospel of trading. What is happening here? All right. So I want us to leave the macro perspective, and then let's look at technically, and then I will link it to some kind of catalyst I got of recent, right? Now, this is the Euro USD. Now, we understand that whatever the PXY is doing is the opposite of what the Euro US dollar is doing. So, they are just like opposite each other. You understand? If the GXI is buying, the Euro US is selling, and they have the same structure, all right? Kind of the same structure. You understand? So, now, if you look at, first of all, let's start from 2022, right? We had this range where the market went up, right? Came down back, went up, came down back, went up, came down back, went up, came down, and then we now have this. Now we are currently having this ranging market for some months now. Okay, for over some months now. Come on, let me adjust this right. All right, now if you look at what is happening, let's dive deep in the life. Right, we have the market down into a very key support level, and then a rejection from that support level from for last month. Throughout last month, we sold. This is the monthly. Throughout last month, we sold. All right, but by the end, towards the end of last month, we had strong rejection from them, right? And then this month, and then we had a little drop into this week. Now, if you understand candlestick anatomy, you understand that weeks signify institutional pressure, right? Where market tried to break, but it resisted. Okay, but it bounced off. So if you look at it, there's a very strong week here, and then the market tried to push us for this month. The market tried to sell down a little bit, rejected at that particular level. We are closing the month with kind of a pin bar. Now, if you understand the candlestick anatomy, right, you understand that this signal is actually trading base of candlestick alone. Okay, is this candlestick signal, right, is a bearish signal because this is a pin bar, not just a pin bar, uh, but from a very strong support level, a monthly support level. Okay, a monthly support level. So, and then if we drop back to, let's say, the 1 week time frame, let's look at, you can see that the market has been since towards the ending of last month, this month. Okay, see there we had 1 2 3 4. This was the last 2 weeks before the month closed. So it was the beginning of the new month, right? This was this new month, all right. And then the second week, the third week, and the fourth week. And then we could see that what happened within from the last 2 weeks, ending of the last month 2 weeks, we could see that in from the last month, all right, into this month, and the ending of this week month, we could see that the market has been consolidating for a very long time, right? The market has been consolidating for a very long time, for weeks. So this shows us that there's a lot of accumulation happening at this particular support level. All right, attention, right? Actually tells us that there's a lot of accumulation happening at this support level. Now, don't get me wrong, it might be an accumulation to sell. All right, it might be an accumulation to, let me adjust that well. Oh, come on, can you hear me? Oh, come on.
So I can hear you loud and clear. Yep,
Okay,
I can hear
I just
you.
want to confirm. Okay. Now we could see that this is an accumulation, right? But I want we should understand that it might be an accumulation sell, all right, to sell to the downside. But I kind of doubt if it's going to sell because the monthly, if you go back to the monthly, is already closing as a pin bar. A rejection, a long rejection from that level and very strong body side. So if I go back to the weekly time frame, right, looking at everything here is actually a consolidating market. So what will happen based on now if you look at the macro generally, right? The, if you look at the Strait of Hormones, according to what I'm hearing, people are now paying is only vessels that are Chinese vessels or people who are willing to pay that passage fee in yuan, not the US dollar. You understand? And if you look at news that has been happening of recent, right? The news that has been coming out of recent, you realize that there's some kind of pressure on the dollar earlier, as in I think from this week. Okay, there's a kind of pressure on the dollar on this week, and then I'm just like I said all the news together before making a final decision. But what I'm saying is not in favor. Let's say per adventure we might see a little bit of retracement or few days or few months to the upside and then before another drop again on the Euro USD. But again, so this I'm analyzing on the DXY on the surprise. So you can see that the market is ranging for weeks. And if the daily, all right. If I drop to daily, you will also see that yes, it has been on that particular day, on that particular region, 23rd of January, of June, sorry, of June, and then like that we'll be ranging like that, and then we get to this particular side again. So if based on technical, right, if we get to break this particular high here, right, then we'll close up successfully with maybe probably a retest, your entry will get into the market from. But then that was why I was saying that based on what is happening, I feel that the dollar might see a little bit of downside. You understand? And technical also kind of align with what is happening uh, globally. Let's go back to 1 month. What is happening on the macro side of things? You understand? And then if you look at my chart very well, you realize that I there are some points whereby the market went into a fair value, right? And then for an imbalance move, like a rapid move to the upside, and then another dump, a ranging market, a rapid another pump, a ranging market, a rapid move, and then and now inside the same circle of the ranging market. So and the market is a very strong resistance level side based on what I'm seeing fundamentally and then the resistance. So fact what Okomo was asking us, right? So for your right, I am still much more bullish, much more bullish on the DXY. Hope that answer your question, Mr. Akama.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does answer my question. So you are Still much more bullish on that, right? So that means should we be looking for buys or sales on USD CAD, USD CHF?
Come again.
I said in that case, should we be looking for buys on the USD CHF and USD CAD?
Yeah, that's buy on USD card. I just say that I feel that, but I'm still waiting for catalyst. Let me wait till next week and see what's going to happen, or the new month, what's going to happen. And then I just said I feel that the dollar um, is going to, all right, it's
Dump.
going to tank based on what I'm practically
Okay.
seeing. Yes. So that this chart is analyzed Euro USD, so that should be an upside for the Euro USD.
All right. So
Like
that
currently,
makes
right?
sense. I think
A lot of things is happening. Like if you are not just careful to understand what is happening, you will end up being caught in the middle, and then by the end of the day, you realize that man, a lot of things has gone. You understand? So a lot of things is happening at once currently. So we just need a very good, strong way or catalyst to filter some of these things that are happening.
all right. That makes sense. So that was why I said I didn't want to trade today. All right, trade today or than tomorrow. I just want the month and the week to end. So next month, which is next week, we can have a very clear you know narrative to follow or to build in terms of our directional biases and then trade setup. All right. So best to me, I don't know how many people are on trades right now. I think our good trade currently did not tag us in. I'm not worried. Because if even if it does, I would definitely close on or before the close of market today, and whatever it is, I'm not trading tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you have your questions, if you have your answer, I mean, if you need required answers and you want to ask me, this is a point where we can talk about that. I mean, what we even talked about here today regarding the question that someone asked me about how to pass, um, a challenge account, and I mapped out the plans from the risk management plan to the target and then also the drawdown risk plan. I made a post about the drawdown risk plan, and to be honest with you, I just realized that a lot of people don't even know that aspect because I've been getting a lot of retweets, a lot of bookmarks, a lot of comments regarding that, and I'm really, really surprised. Do you understand? And that really shows that a lot of people need more education when it comes to this market, right? And that's why I encourage you to join this live, right? You have myself, you have V who talks about the macro, you have FX Queen who talks about swing trading, I do day trading, and that's what FundedVerse is bringing to you. To be honest with you, if you don't take advantage of this, and you want to come and meet us individually to learn, you know how much it's going to cost you. All right. So when you get something like this that FundedVerse has put together and say, oh, we have the community at heart, the interest of the community is what we look out for. And we have looked out for, some good traders who we know that, yeah, can actually engage the community based on, proof of work and past experiences, right? We know that, okay, these people can actually do it. And we're bringing them forth to you, all right, the community. Ask them anything you want, access them, do whatever you want. It's all up on us. That's what FundedVerse is doing for you. And if you don't take advantage of that, unfortunately, I don't know what else you will take advantage of. All right. So let me share my screen and let's see what we have on gold as we're still waiting for. Um, yeah, you see, gold is just flying. All right. Gold is just flying, and apparently, um, let's just come in. Okay, so like I was saying, guys, right? You can see that we have you can see that we have gold has been pumping and failed to pull back to this point. So at this point in time, if gold hits our target, then we just deem this as a miss entry. All right, and gold um we'll just chill out till next month. Wow, this is very, very, very crazy. Is there news? What the hell? Is there news? Let me check. This is a mad one. Okay, I think there is news today. Okay. And 30th. So what's causing that? V, can you
You saw
did you see that volatility in the market
on where?
on the JPY pair? ADJPY. And there's
The,
no news.
the Japanese
Is
here.
there anything of
I didn't, see a lot of
yes?
things. Like I said, a lot of things is happening, bro. I can't focus on everything. Now, what give me?
Oh, okay. You mentioned that a lot of things are
A
happening
lot of
actually.
things are happening, bro. Like a lot
Wow,
of things are happening.
this drop, this drop is just wow. Let me see what good is doing. Should go be pumping? Mm. A lot of things are really happening. So that means we have to just wait for next month. Do you understand? A lot of things are really happening.
Market drop, your voice clear.
How?
Eh?
How?
Don't worry,
How?
don't worry, don't worry. Bad is sin, bad is sin. Don't worry.
No, I wouldn't have known because on ADJPY I put an alert somewhere. So I got the alert. I said, let me check. I just saw dump.
There's something I
So
sent
I'm
you.
wondering what caused.
I sent you something on your DM.
Okay. I know that we had the sell zone from here. We're looking at the sell zone from here, but like I told you guys, we can't trade everything at the same time. We had the sell zone from
Have you seen
here.
it?
You can see. Let me check. Um. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're expecting a drop. Now I talked about this last week that price will want to come clear out all these liquidities right here. All right, and then price trade back into this zone, and that's what has actually played out. But my own is what is the catalyst that is sponsoring this sale? Why is this? What is this? All right. So we might need to find out, but I don't think it has anything to do with the Forex factory. So you see the reason why I said we should stay out. We should stay out today and tomorrow. Aha, right. So sometimes all these things comes with experience. You can see what V is saying about the macro. That there's a whole lot happening all at the same time. So it's just good for you to sit out of the market for now, all right, and wait for next week. Wait for the FOMC data, which was released yesterday, and the impact on the market, which has been seen, and then wait for the end of the month, to do what it needs to do, and then next month we'll just look at whatever has happened in the last 2 days. We use that as clarity, and then we see that okay, fine, this is where we are at, and so imagine someone is trying to take a buy on this setup. Just imagine. I wasn't looking for a buy. I made this analysis here, right, with you guys, and I showed you guys why I expect the price to sell from here. All right. So Um, and reacting from here, we had a sweep above, and we had an expansion, and price give a breakout at this point, which has just confirmed daily breakout. But on the H4, yeah, we had this trend line liquidity. That price is now coming to hunt. Anyway, so Franklin says Omo, Omo. Vic, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Vic, can you still hear me?
Audibly.
Okay. All right. So this is what we are looking at currently. You can see no news that is sponsoring that is causing this effect, and then we have a very strong dump like this. All right. If we say we should do our search, we can see we might see, but I don't think. Let me check. Let me just you know let me just check, just for checking sake. All right. Let me just check, just for checking sake. Okay, so let's check to see what really happened. And nope. Let's check to see what really happened. Let's see if there's any catalyst that could show us what happened on JPY. There are places I used to check for my fundamentals back then. And let me see. Let me see what could actually happen on JPY. Um, okay, I will get something now. Because as you can see, there is no news whatsoever, right? So um it's only surprising to to see that okay, something happened on GP. Oh, this is where we at. Today is not Friday now, right? No, today is Thursday. Yeah, today is Thursday. So what's really happening? If I was expecting this to happen, I should be expecting it around this JPY, BOJ, Bank of Japan policy rates, monetary policy statement, or V. Am I in the past? It's today Friday.
Bro, like I told you, a lot is happening. You get, and not every
Make us understand.
what
Make us understand what you mean by a lot is happening, because it's crazy, right? When you say a lot is happening, right? At least there should be feeds that could enlighten us that okay, XYZ just happened with the Bank of Japan, because we cannot
Like
just
I've
see.
like current now, I'm on my news feed. I can't even see anything. Like you understand? Like I've been since that thing
Hmm.
happened, I just be scrolling. I'm just trying to see. I've gone to okay, let me check. Go to this thing, go to polymarket.com, let's check something.
Fully market.
Yeah. What pair was that?
This JPY, AED JPY.
Okay, go to polymarket.com.
Markets or market.
Just type polymarket in your Google and then it will just take you the website.
All right, we're there.
Okay, search for the JPY. I want to check something. Is there any scroll down? Let me see. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Check that is AUDJPY.
Yes.
Check USDJPY. Let's see from your own end. Did it drop?
Okay, from our end here, right? Um,
Yeah. Did it drop?
all the JPY pairs, it's massive on even USD JPY. Really massive.
Okay, USDJPY dumped.
GBP JPY dumped.
What about USDJPY?
CAD JPY dumped. USD JPY dumped. NZ JPY dumped. All of them dumped. We need to find what caused that.
Then something is happening in Japan that I know nothing about currently.
Okay.
Um, Something is happening in Japan that, well, if we can find it now, we'll then maybe probably look. I'll check it, look at it tomorrow before tomorrow, and then
Okay. All right. That's no issue.
because as I am like this, I can't really I can't really place my hand on anything.
Okay, guys. So you guys now understand why I said we stay out of the market, today and tomorrow. We don't take any trade because the uncertainties are just too much, right? So at this point, you just wait for whatever to happen, and then we stay put. We have a miss entry on gold, so unfortunately, like I said, I wasn't even expecting to trade today. And if I see, I take. If I don't see, I stay out. Tomorrow, I am not trading at all, right? And I implore you to do that. Of course, you've seen the reason why I said, I was going to stay out tomorrow and possibly today, on an unexplainable movement on AED JPY and the rest of the JPY pairs, right? So you see, we just wait. We have just barely a day. That's today is the last day of the month. I wish you all the best into next month as we'll proceed to um, much more favorable trading environment or conditions in the market. But at least let's work with this month's data and be able to use that to analyze next month's data. All right, and then take advantage of the movements that we see in the market. Right. So I have taught you guys already today how to, manage your, pass your challenger account. So if you peradventure choose to say, okay, I want to use the VIP code to get 20% discount off, for our FundedVerse account. And I want to purchase a 50K account, I want to purchase a 100K account. Howsoever you deem fit, you can know that I have not only given you a risk management plan, I've also given you a drawdown risk plan. It's on my X account. I posted it a much more clearer. The one I gave you guys here was just a template, a much more clearer and more assertive plan has been posted on my X account. So go and check it, read about it, bookmark it, save it, pin it on your wall, and always tell yourself this is what it is. Okay. All right. So I don't know if FS Queen has any, if she's here. if she has any update for us, because I'm sure that she had some sort of announcement to give earlier. But let me ask if she has any announcement for us, because I know that there's something that Funded First is actually cooking up for you guys. Um, any announcements? All right. Any announcement? So I've asked. So while we are waiting for the announcement, so we can see that gold left us. No, initially we would have had our entry from here. All right, because we marked here, waiting for price to get to this point. But we're trying to minimize our SL so it wouldn't be this big. All right, it wouldn't be this big. All right, because if we would have done that, we would have had. But there are more entry positions. If price takes, refuses to give us an entry, don't worry about that, right? Just understand that price is giving what a breakout here, and this breakout will leave what a fair value gap for us here that will continue. All right, remember that our goal next month is to break above this level. All right, well, our goal is to break above this level. So if the fair value gap is formed around that area, price will use it to take out this guy. And whatever makes us break out this level, bro, we're buying gold. We're buying gold. We'll
Oh,
really enjoy
uncommon.
it. But sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Uncommon.
Yep.
Yeah, I just saw the reason why that thing just happened now.
Please share your screen. I want to. I'm really pumped to know
No,
why.
I'm not on my screen, just on my mobile phone.
Okay.
But
Okay.
then
All right. Go ahead.
investors and major players, right?
Yeah.
They are suspecting that the Japanese could want to engage in intervention, right, on their currency.
Boom in the war.
Yeah, how do you call it? According to what I get, it says the main reason is because investors suspected that Japanese intervention or strong intervention related by the key trigger being cited.
Hmm.
Markets saw the yen surge obviously with the USD JPY breaking lower in a way consistently with official of the semi-official support for the yen after if they have been lingered near multiple decade low, blah 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 blah. So they are looking at they're actually buying the yen, right? Because they feel that there's going to be intervention on that particular currency. I don't know if you understand.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes good sense.
You see this one is not on the news. And had it been I've been paying attention to the Japanese yeah now at least maybe I could have even gotten an insight that okay there is intervention. There's one time I think that was last week I talked about Japanese intervention, but I didn't really focus or looked at it that much. I was just so focused on oil, gold, and US 30. You understand? So it's that
Hmm.
intervention that I just talked about. I didn't go into it in detail. I just talked about it. Even I didn't even look at it again. You understand? So this is and remember I told you that I made mention of something that I'm expecting a weak dollar.
Yes, you said so. Yeah.
Now once they are moving from where do people go to? Sometimes they run to the Japanese yen.
Japan are safe haven. Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? So there's a post FOMO and the rest. You understand? And also based on the FOMC dollar that I was talking about the dollar softness. You understand? For the Fed holding
Mm.
rate and then the rest. So if Fed holding the rate simply means there's an unclear message. You understand? Based on because there's
Yeah.
no hard they're just holding the rate. And also there's this thing going on that they called carry trade. You understand? The
Okay.
ongoing carry trade this thing. So it will like pressure as an intervention fear. Get so another stuff. So people feel that okay, the Japanese is going to probably do well, and then they are maybe probably moving on to that side. So, but I will try and look for more catalyst. You understand? And also,
Okay.
this Australia CPI data had been way on the Aussie earlier today, a bit earlier Wednesday. But then I'll try and gather much this thing. So at least I've gotten a clue that it's all about the intervention, right, on the Japanese. Yeah, they are trying to
Yeah.
intervene on the Japanese. Yeah, you get.
They do that all the time. Once yen is actually pumping, pumping too much, they just intervene. The
Yeah.
BOG just pumping some
So
things.
at least I've gotten a clue and a direction of what to actually begin to look at into.
Okay. All right, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So guys, you know why what's happening currently right now. So sometimes when you see some moves in the market, don't just say market are manipulated. For example, you're just trading I do that a lot. You see the way I am pressuring on V. If we're not to be on the live, either I call him or I go and do my research. I want to know what propelled price to jump. All right, so I do that. Yes, I'm back. So I do that a whole lot, right, to ensure that I know what's really the catalyst behind why price react the way they do. FS Queen, are you here? Do you have anything for us, real quick? We have 1 more hour to go.
Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. So yeah. Um. Announcement real quick. So today is Thursday, and by tomorrow being Friday, there's going to be announcement for the FundedVerse Creators Program. That's to say our selected candidates are going to be brought on board the program, and also giveaway to active listener. Now, how are doing our giveaways for those that are active on YouTube here and those that are also active on X? You are going to be getting giveaway accounts. All right. So if you want to get one, just make sure you're an active listener on YouTube and also an active engager. Now, what I mean by active engager is FundedVerse official accounts notification is literally on. All right. They are on your X account. All right, and also that you engage, you comment, you like, you repost, and all of that. And after every YouTube, you send a screenshot, you tag I, Uncommon, and V, and you also use hashtag discussion room. So yeah, that's just that. So any other announcements, I'm going to let you know. But for now, that's it. I'll come on over to you.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank you very much
Okay.
for that, FX Queen. Okay, guys, you heard that right. There's a whole lot that FundedVest is actually doing. All right, so your duty is to key in as much as you are also keying in at this point in time where we're at. It's always good for you to take advantage, like I said, right? FundedVest are actually doing this for you, and with time, the numbers keep growing. Meaning you're gonna have more people coming here, and those questions that you fail to ask, maybe other people are going to ask those questions, and then you're going to learn from it. You can see question that someone asked how to pass um, um, of challenge account, and I was able to talk about drawdown plan. And I'm shocked, to be honest with you, I'm very shocked because shortly after I talked about it here, I said, okay, let me go and post about it on X. And I was shocked to see that a lot of people do not really know that there's actually something they call the drawdown plan. That's the plan to come out of drawdown. All right, I was really shocked. So you see that there's a whole lot of things that a lot of people do not know. But when you join certain platforms or certain forums, right, such as this, you can have those insight, and then you know um yeah. So that's it, right? Stanley is saying that V, you might want to mute your mic. Stanley is saying that our setup on gold invalidated. No, it didn't invalidate. We just had a missed entry. All right, it didn't invalidate. We just had a missed entry. All right, price failed to come back to. It's already at TP. Cool. The price failed to come back um to our point of entry. All right, but then again, it just poses a very good buy continuation for us into next week. So I want to see 4 hour give me a fair value gap here. All right, because our major buy only starts from, remember, we're just buying within the range. So as a matter of fact, we're supposed to be staying out of the market. We're just buying within the range. So our major buy from this fair value gap, hopefully by tomorrow, should give us that breakout of this level that confirms our buy. All right, that confirms our buy. We want to see price breakout of this level to confirm the buy. All right, this level. So hopefully that fair value gap should give us that. All right, breakout, and then we can now buy officially. All right, we can buy officially to this region. All right, but for now we are struggling within the range. So hopefully we see that break tomorrow. All right, but for now we only just had a breakout on the daily time frame, which is I won't call this a breakout because it's still around the whole ranging stuff. All right, which aligns with the H4 breakout too as well. All right, we had H4 breakout. So this breakout at this point, we want to see price give us a 4 hour fair value gap to for continuation to the upside. So so we didn't have that for JP. Excuse me, for JP225, we're also bullish on that, but we're waiting for price to break above. Oh, price already breaking above that. So yeah, so we might see some. Oh, price has broken above it. So we expect the continuation from this level to the upside. All right, from this level to the upside. All right, so this is a new breakout. We had a sweep that caused the expansion. All right, so from here you can look for H1 confirmation, like right away if you want to join. All right, you wait for price to come into that point and use H1 confirmation to look for your entry. All right, yeah. So unfortunately, gold did not give us our our it didn't give us our entry. All right, and it has gone straight to our TP. All right, so guys, V, are you there?
Yeah, my man, what's up?
Yeah, you run us through any topic you have on, right? I want to quickly do something.
Oh, okay. I think yesterday we were talking about we started the series on what's the name? The psychology of a trader. You understand? And then we brushed over a lot of things. We brushed over a lot of things that someone said was set up on gold invalidated. That still is within the I don't know. Maybe when let a common fish what he's doing, you attend to that, you get. So, like I was saying about the psychology of a trader, and then we dived it into and a lot of things, right? And then we talked about the four psychological assassin, all right, that kills traders. For me, let me see. We talked about the four psychological assassin, and then in that four psychological assassin, we talked about the dopamine trap, and then we say this is where you chase the feelings of trading and not the results. Yes, a lot of traders are guilty with that, like I said yesterday. Okay, they tend to chase the feelings of trading, the excitement that comes with trading, and then the instead of chasing the results. When I say result, I'm not talking about lifestyle, bro, right? Um, I'm talking about the result when it comes to improving in your trading style, improving in your trading career, improving in what gives you an edge in the market. So that is what I mean when I say the result of trading, right? So most feelings of trading, not the result. And also, I also talked yesterday. I also talked about. I also give you an assignment that you should go back to your trade history and then sit down, go through everything, get feedback from your trading, and then you will realize that most of the trade you took, right, were not actually needed. They were just more like, let's say, more like a withdrawal from the dopamine slot machine. You understand that dopamine that makes you to just always be on a trade, always want to take a trade. Make sure that you want to take a trade because you want to make more money, right? Those are withdrawals from the dopamine slot machine. I call it the dopamine slot machine. And another thing we talked about yesterday was the ego trap. That is the second point under the psychological assassin. was ego trap. And the ego trap, this is where you want to be right more than you want to be profitable. Someone say we should check BTC. I don't know. I would have loved to do that. Or let me finish what I'm talking about. Maybe I will show you on my analysis on Bitcoin later. Okay. So the echo trap is where you want to be right more than you want to be profitable. And then I talked about the reason why we want to be right. You understand? Because we don't want to accept losses. Because we don't want to accept the failure that comes with trading. Because we don't want to accept the uncertainty that comes with the trading environment. Right? And that is why we want to always be right. And most time the theme of wanting to be right is as a result of you trading a place of lack, a place of need, all right, a place of um, not having what to eat. Let me put it that way. You understand? So you want to be right, but if you have already fixed that angle, that aspect of trading in you, right, you will realize that trading will be a lot more easier. You get so more is a point whereby you want to be right more than you want to be profitable. Right? We also I also say something that your ego, right, turn every trade into a personal fight. All because you want to be right. Every time you want to be right, you just want to be in the market most of the time, right? I'm coming, guys. You want to always be in the market, right? So every your ego makes your ego turn every trade personal fight. And also we talked about the illusion trap. Sorry, we talked about the illusion trap, right? This is the point where you believe that your next trade will fix your mistake. All right, you believe that your next trade is going to fix your mistake, and this is where most traders get it so wrong that they end up making irrational decision. All right, that illusion trap will also make you believe that a winning streak is will make you believe that since you're on a winning streak, you are a genius. You understand? Since you're on a winning streak, you are a what genius. All right, 1 second, guys. All right, since you're on a winning streak, you are a genius. And also, the illusion trap, like I said yesterday, will make you to believe that patterns, your strategy is a prophecy. No, they are all under embedded in psychology. All right, as embedded in some uncertainty. Okay, not psychology, uncertainty. And I also talked about the 4 points, right, which is the final point under the psychological assessment. I talked about the survivor trap, right? This is where you treat trading like a battle, a place where you must win at all cost. And also, this is also a steam of you not wanting to accept losses again. This things keep on going to us in everywhere we go to. So you see that once you accept, once you have come to an agreement, a consensus with losses, right? A lot of things will be a lot more easier for you in the markets. All right. So the survival trap is a place where you treat trading like a battle you must win at all cost. But one thing we don't understand is that in reality, the market rewards survival, not victory. You understand? At the end of the day, okay. By the end of the day, the markets, all right, the reality of the market is that it will reward survival, not victory. You understand? And also, I told you yesterday that you should write it down, have it at the back of your mind that the trader who win are not the strongest, right? They are simply the ones who stay alive the longest. You understand? The traders who win are not the strongest. They are simply the one who stay alive the longest. You understand? And then I made a funny statement as well. I was like, most traders are not traders. They are just liquidity providers. Yes, they are just liquidity providers. You understand? Most of them provide liquidity for the professional. You understand? They provide liquidity for the professional trailer for a trader. Okay, and um, and I was talking about for you to survive in the market, you have to let go of some psychological way you were being trained, right? When I say psychological way, it's number one, the way you're being trained. Okay, no, there's where I put it yesterday. I think I put it like psychological debt. Yes, that's what I called it yesterday. Okay, psychological debt, which is number one, the debt of the truth seeker. Number two, the debt of right. You must undergo the debt of a truth seeker. You must undergo the debt of a gambler. You must undergo the debt of an overthinker. All right. You must also get undergo the debt of of an emotional wreck. Right. You must also undergo the debt of the money chaser. You understand? Also, you must also undergo the death of an ego-driven warrior. You understand? So you have to make sure that all these things are fixed. You fix all these things before you begin to see results. You become more of a stoic trader, like I always say. You understand? A trader that is not moved by the outcome, that is not attached by the outcome you are getting from the market. You have to become that trader. You understand? You have to undergo what I call a psychological rebirth because what you were being trained with is different from what you are coming to experience in the market. So the trading is a total opposite of the way you were being trained. You understand? And then I mentioned something like the you that want to manage risk versus the you that don't want to manage risk. So it is you versus you. The market is not taking you. The market is not fighting you. The broker is not fighting you. The institutions are not fighting you, right? You are bad. The battle is in your mind. It's within yourself. It's just like you are standing before a mirror and then you are seeing everything. You are being reflected. You understand? And trust me, what you see most of the time, you don't like it. You understand? So the market draws out, it brings out your weaknesses and then show you that this is your weaknesses. Work on it, or I will help you deal with you. I will deal with you with that particular thing. So once you understand that you have some how they call it, once you understand that you have some things to work on, right? When it comes to your psychology, right? You don't just try to get rid of them, right? You weaponize them. All right, you weaponize them. You get so when I say you weaponize them, right? You weaponize your fear into caution. All right, because since you are scared either to execute or either your trade is going to reverse, right? You weaponize your fear into caution. You weaponize your ego into discipline. You weaponize uncertainty into probability. You understand? So you have to learn to weaponize it instead of to fight. You can't fight your emotion. That's one funny thing. Some most traders don't understand. You can't fight your emotion, right? You only learn to weaponize them. You only learn to work with them. You understand? Learn how to turn the hand, learn how to twist your emotion. You understand? Into adapting, twist your emotion into adapting the uncertainty to the market or that comes to trading. You understand? Like I said, of course, I know we're not built for that. Your brain was not wired for trading. Yes, and I always say it. Your brain was not wired. You were not even built for rest. And why did I say so? As a human being, our brain was not built for uncertainty. Our brain was built for certainty. You understand? Our brain was built to accept not uncertainty. So you can see that even before you come into the trading space, your own self is already a hindrance, more like a blockage that is hindering you into becoming a stoic trader, into becoming that profitable trader. So you need to learn how to begin to you need to learn how to begin to manage yourself, manage your emotion, weaponize weaponizing them into advantage. I don't know if you understand, into your own advantage. You know, most of the time it happens to us whereby you, as a trader, you just wake up and just jump into trade out of boredom. I do that a lot before. Oh, I'm just bored. Let me see what the market have. Maybe I've made money this morning, and then in the afternoon I'll just try to take some trade, take some trade, and then by the end of the day I end up losing my profit and also losing my capital because why I'm taking trade, I am jumping into trade out of boredom. And then once I jump into trade out of boredom, I'm now holding losing trade, hoping they will reverse, and they will never reverse. And that also will now lead me to begin to, how they call it, over leverage on my trade, on my position, and then hoping that everything will be okay. As I'll now begin to reverse trade. You understand? And then when I see a little bit of profit and I'll rush to close it. And that alone messed me up. Those are psychological warfare, not the market. That is me, myself, battling with myself. You understand? So it is all about you versus you. Do you get, just like I say, the you, right? The you that want to follow the plan versus you that breaks the rule. The you that want to protect your capital versus you that gambles with it. The you that want to wait patiently versus the you that forces your entry. The you that want to accept losses. You know deep down, I want to accept losses. I want to accept losses. So, but the you that will deny the reality of accepting that losses will keep fighting you. So you can see that the market is all about is the market is not fighting you. The battle is in your mind. It is you. So until you learn to begin to work with them and begin to manage and weaponize those psychological battles to your own advantage, you keep struggling. Even if they give you the world best system or strategy, right? You will end up corrupting that system because you as a person have not worked on yourself. And that is why a lot of people do what they call fundamental analysis, macro analysis, technical analysis, but you fail to do the most important thing, which is self-analysis. You know, and a lot of trader, big trader, profession, most big traders don't talk about this. The number one thing you are supposed to do, right, is self, even before you begin to draw your technical lines or check the news, what is happening, right? You need to do a self-analysis. What am I doing wrong? What should I work on? Am I fit to even take a trade today? Is the market? So you need to do a self-analysis first, even before going on the chart. So you are coming to a realization that it is all about you versus you. It is not you versus the market. So consistency that you are seeing in the market, right, comes from identity, which is in brackets you, not your strategy. You can have the worst 20%, 30% win rate, 40% win rate strategy. But if you have a very solid identity as a trader, you are going to make money from the market. You understand? Because the truth remains that you cannot outperform your psychology. You understand? And why did I say so? I say so because your reward, or sorry, your result will always match your self-control. You understand? So the chart determine your success. Your mind, you yourself will need to determine your success. So that is why I say it is you versus you. It is not you versus the market. I will always repeat this. I think I was on a space with Uncommon when the guy said that the man, I don't know how to go trade for a very long time. There was a particular trade I was on. I was supposed to make a very good money from the trade, right? And then the market tricked me into closing the position. I have to jump, I have to cut the guy. I said, hey, hold up. Repeat that thing again. He said the market tricked into closing. I said, no, the market did not trick you into closing the position. Your own, you yourself, you will blame that went to close that because the you that want to hold that trade to take profit was there, right? And then the you that don't want you to hold that trade, which is the you in the real world coming into trading, will tell you that alpha guy close this trade before it goes back to your SL and then you run and close it. So you can see that the battle is between you and you, not you versus the market, not you versus the broker, not you versus the market makers or the institutions. So the battle comes from your inside, not the market. You understand? So you need to begin to put yourself together and then begin to check, always do a check of yourself, always do a self-analysis. It is very, 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 very important. You understand? It is very, 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 very important. So become a trader that is that how am I going to put it? A trader that is putting in the work on self-analysis more than strategy. The reason why 90% of traders money, according to what they say, is because most of them are focused on on strategy. Most of them are focused on risk management. Most of them are focused on this thing, but they fail to focus on themselves, which is the even real problem, because it is you that is the real problem, not the market. You understand? Not the market. So, if you're going to fix yourself, if you're going to fix your identity, right, you should first of all, uh, you should first of all uh, have this at the back of your mind that the market, how am I going to put it? For you to become an ally trader, yes, per se, right? Have the recommend that for you to become an ally trader, you must hunt certainty. Now, when I say you must hunt certainty, I'm not saying the market certainty because that does not exist. All right. But behavioral certainty that is within yourself. How are you going to do that? Number one, know your setup. Number two, know your emotional limits. Number three, know your risk. Number your edge. Number five, know your time windows. Okay. Number six, know your trigger. Know what triggers you. And then number seven, know your danger zone. You understand? So with this alone, right, what I just mentioned, right, it's already placing you at the 1% of the people who are making money or who are successful in trading. You understand? Who are successful in trading. So you have to build yourself to a point whereby you are not emotionally attached. You don't have you are not emotionally sterile to the market, right? There's no euphoria. You understand? There's no despair, there's no hope, there's no fear, there's no attachment, right, to the outcome of the result that you are getting. There's no urgency. You understand? You have to build a cold mind, right, for you to make profit. Trust me, you have to build a cold mind as a trader. So, and also, I want you to also pen this down or write this down somewhere that you never forget, right? A trade is not a reflection of you. One single trade, a trade, one single trade is not a reflection of you. And also, one single loss is not a verdict of your worth. All right. And also, one single win, right, is not a validation that you are a genius. Even winning streaks is not a validation that you are a genius. Even losing streak is not a verdict of your self-worth. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because the profit you see, they are just byproduct, not a proof to anything. The profit you see are byproduct to how you are able to put and tame yourself, your mind in one place, not a proof that you are a genius in the market. They are just byproducts. You understand? They are just byproducts. And one thing that I've come to realize that most traders try to act like professional without becoming professionals. I don't know if maybe you guys have seen that on the timeline a lot, right? You want to act like a professional. There are a lot of people acting like professionals. But the reality of things is that they are not professional traders. All right. Funny how you cannot behave your way into consistency. Oh, I don't know if someone is listening to me, right? You cannot behave your way into consistency. The only way you can get into consistency is that you must first of all transform your identity. I take that again. You cannot behave your way into consistency. The only way to get into consistency is first of all, you must transform your identity. A professional doesn't trade because they feel like trading. You understand? They trade because they know who they are. They know their identity. And they know their identity. Those identity is built on discipline. You understand? Is built on minimalism, right? Is built on logic, is built on probability, is built on emotional armor, is built on delayed reward, is built on intellectual humanity. Understand? And once this identity changes, right? Habits that follow, it is like the habit that follows is not what you want to see or what you want to get. You understand? So you have to build yourself like I've been saying, right? Build yourself to that point whereby you are not emotionally attached. You just see every profit and loss as data, as feedback from the market. You understand? You just see it as feedback from the market. You get? So you need to put yourself together, train yourself to a point whereby, yes, I know that I need to be cold when I come into the market. I need to build a cold mind. But for it to build that cold mind, you have to make sure that you fix yourself, you run a self-analysis, you run a check on yourself and know things you need to fix, things you need to adjust that could make you ride on the wave, right, of that emotional control. And another thing I want us to understand is that if at this level you are now, right, trading is exciting to you, then trust me, you are wrong. Why am I saying so? I'm saying this because I've come to realize that excitement is the enemy of precision. You understand? Thrill, this is what they call thrill, Thrill, right? Thrill is the companion of chaos. Adrenaline, right, is the signature of an amateur. And people who are the top, right, understand this. They also understand that success is boring, reputation is boring, patience is boring, waiting is boring, consistency, right, is boring. And you know one thing, all these things, right, are gateway to mastery. If you want to really do this right, like all these I just mentioned, right, they are gateway to mastery. Because from my few years of realize that the market rewarder who can endure psychological discomfort of doing nothing. You understand? The market only reward the trader who can endure psychological discomfort of doing nothing. And most traders, and also one thing I've also realized is that most traders fail not because they enter bad trades. No, no. They fail because they cannot sit still. All right. They fail because they cannot sit still, they cannot be calm in the market. So, and that is why you see that a lot of time, right, an average trader will always fall in love with strategies, indicator, biases, prediction, past wins, patterns, etc. But a professional, let me do what professional or a good trader, right, cut like we always cut those emotional attachments, right? With coldness, just like an hitman. How am I going to put that? Right? Just having that cold mind. He doesn't care. He's just there. You understand? Those kind of traders, they operate with principle. They operate by principle. Sorry, they operate by principle. You understand? So they have this mind that if it does not make me money consistently, it dies. So there's no emotion. They don't have that emotion, right? They are not loyal to the emotion, right? They are just there. They are just there. You understand? So you have to build yourself to that particular point whereby you are not emotionally attached. So you have to marry that one setup, you have to marry that one pattern, you have to marry that one bias you have always been trading, right? And then stay with it, marry it. Understand? Marry it to nothing until it becomes probability. Stay with it so long that the setup becomes probability to you. So I want to round up with this. The worst mistake or the worst psychological mistake a trader can make. All right, a trader can make. Now, number one, right, is the how am I going to put this? Number one is setup. If you have the mindset, a setup must work. Then trust me, it's a psychological. It's already a psychological mistake. All right, and that psychological mistake you will make as a trader or believe as a trader is that the market must move once I it's not a psychological mistake. Another psychological mistake you will make on this space is that this level won't break. You will draw a level, man. There's no way this level is going to break. It's a protected low. Bro, that's a psychological mistake already. You understand? Another psychological mistake you will make is that this trend can reverse now. Now this like has gone far to reverse. Bro, that is a psychological mistake because by the time it to happen, it's going to definitely mess you up. You understand? So having all those things I just say, right? Having all these things I just said, right? Putting it together, you come to realize that you have to build yourself to a point where you don't you are not a slave to emotion. You only weaponize them to your own advantage. So I'll drop the mic here for come on guys. Come on, hope you're there, bro. What's good? Hope I'm not talking to myself. Come on, are you there? All right, think I come on. Let me see if I can share my chat. I told us that I was going to share my chat on BTC. Let me see if I can share it. I need Uncommon to actually. Uncommon, are you there? Coming, guys. You see, Uncommon don't sleep. I'm not sure. Maybe he just stepped away from his.
I'm here. I'm here. I stepped away a little bit. Right. I stepped away. So
Uh, we don't call you
yeah.
so
So
okay. We don't need to.
our XAUSD traders, hit the profits, right? I'm still interested in this zone. So don't think that price left us, price will not come back. I'm still interested in this zone. All right. I'm still very much interested in this zone. So anytime price comes here, I'll be happy to engage. For JP225, we have broken past that consolidation that we have in here. So we should be looking for our entry anywhere around here. All right, anywhere around here. And we'll buy. So remember we have liquidities above to cater to. All right, all these liquidities here. We have them to cater to. All right, we have to take them out. So we'll be looking for more buys. All right. So even if we don't see anything today, we can allow price expand and at least expand and take out, come out of this range, and then later come back, give us a continuation, and then we buy. All right. So there's really nothing we are missing out on. All right. Just that I can't trade today anymore, and I won't trade tomorrow. I would want the month to end. Let me see what the month is saying on this. You can see it's giving me a monthly rejection. All right, it's also giving me a weekly rejection. So I want to see this. I want to see this. Let me know what happened before, and now decide what next to do. All right. So I don't think there's anything too much of a big deal for us. Right. I don't think there's anything too much of a big deal for us. So what I would suggest we do tomorrow, which is Friday, we'll still look at the market. Right. But personally, if I make some analysis or I see anything, personally, I would not trade. All right, I would not trade. But we'll look at the market tomorrow. If you have questions, that the reason why you need to ask certain questions is because if that particular person, I don't know if it's Solomon, I've forgotten his name, who asked a specific question and said, "How do you?" He said, "How do you pass your challenge account?" That was how I was able to talk about the the drawdown risk plan. Do you understand? I wouldn't have talked about. I've known that thing for a very very long time because it's something that you know I I I studied, did my research, found that risk management plan is different from your trade plan is different from your risk management plan. Risk management plan is different from your drawdown risk plan. All right, so I've been using it very well. It has been helping me to come out of drawdown, but I didn't know that a lot of people don't know this. All right, until that person asked that question, I said it here, and I saw that this thing. I was able to put my thoughts together while I was talking to you guys. So those thoughts I put together was what I now made the tweet about, and I was, to my greatest shock, I realized that a lot of people do not know that they should have a plan for their drawdowns at every point in time they find themselves on each of the drawdowns, right? So that's why it's always good to have continued talks with people who have experience in the market is very, very, very important, right? It helps you know more and things that you'd have suffered, which with no answers to, those people might actually help you show the light into those areas, and then before you know it, you now know that okay, this is how this thing works. Do you understand? So, guys, um, there was something I want to tell you guys finally today before we close the live. Um, Whenever you see yourself, having series of losses, and you get to that point in time where you are kind of frustrated, it's like it's frustrating. You're asking yourself, like, is this thing really working? Mm, right. That's the best time for you to stay out of the market. Do you understand my point? Stay out of the market. Take a break. There's no harm in taking a break at any given point in time. There's no harm in taking a break. No matter how it might seem, take a break. Stay off the chart. All right, stay off the chart. You know why? When you were here, look at this chart now. Today you were here and you're taking losses because you have been trying to sell, but price has been buying. And you now took a break and then you came back on Monday and then you now saw that Monday price has given you something like this. So you see that now you have come with a fresh eye. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, I have this breakout on this. Oh, I've not traded for like 2 days. Oh, I have this breakout. Oh, this is a nice point. And then boom, you just start catching trades. You get to that's why it's good to take that break. But sometimes you look at the market, you are married, your eyes are or your mental capacities, I mean your mental ideology is already married to a particular bias. And it takes a whole lot of flexibility to be able to break out of one's bias. Do you understand my point? So sometimes that break can help you come back and look at the chart with a new eye. In fact, you won't come to the chart really excited because you know that I've not been in chat for the past 2 days. It's really good. I know what's happening on gold. Let me go back and check. Then you come back, you now do your analysis, be calm. Do you understand? Yes, it was Solomon that asked. Yes, Solomon asked about passing. I hope the answers I gave you was helpful. And if you want a much more direct explanation to what I explained on the video here with my own personal template, you can go and check my X account. I just posted it there, and yeah. So don't be in a haste, right? For me to say, oh, I'm not trading tomorrow doesn't mean that you should not trade tomorrow. If you see a trade, you take the trade. But me, I've given you my reasons why I said I'm not going to trade tomorrow. And now coming here now to hear V say that there are a lot of uncertainties in the market, that he cannot, point until there's a catalyst to back them up. And not shortly after he said that, what are we seeing on the JPY pairs? We are seeing a dump. You see? So when I was telling you guys yesterday, I'm not trading today because it's end of the month. There are a lot of issues going on. Iran has struck US. US are planning to strike back. That's a whole lot of uncertainty. So I say I'm not going to stay in the market today. And do you understand? Let everything I want to happen. We have this whole weekend. Let it happen. Do you understand? So I implore you guys to, and these are the things that you'll be learning from here. So, okay, Solomon said it was very helpful. All right, I'm glad it was, and I hope other people, gained, the same. All right, so just learn while you are here. I can't guarantee you of tomorrow. I can't say, okay, we're going to be here for the next 3 months, we're going to be here for the next 4 months. I don't know how long, FundedVerse is willing to do this, but as long as they are willing to do it, benefit because they are giving that opportunity to you. And then while you are here, you can as well explore, you know, the FundedVerse trading opportunities, or there are conditions that they offer to traders to explore, to trade in financial markets. You can get an account with them using the VIP code to get 20% discount. And then join us while we're taking like the live trading session on here. I've taught you how to manage your risk. The drawdown risk is also there. Take this trade with us as well. As long as you know how to manage your risk, take the trade with us. All right, take the trades with us. Because every trade you see here, right? Every trade you see that we call out here, we are as well taking the trades. So it's an opportunity where you take a trade. It's not I've not been taking all the trades here, and though the TPs have been more than the losses, you can attest to that, right? But we encounter losses. So meaning if I take a loss, you take a loss. If you take a loss, I take a loss. If I win, you win. It's that simple. So since the wins are more, why are you not, you know? But then again, I'll just leave you with this, right? Whatever you're going through in the forex market, it's only a matter of time. It will clear. It's going to get clearer. Yeah, it will clear. It's going to get clearer. So just stick to it. Keep doing what you're doing in terms of learning, applying knowledge. You can see V. If V doesn't need to look at the charts and do technical analysis and tell you that, okay, I'm seeing this other block here. I'm seeing this key level. Wait for the breakout. But if it says gold we buy. If it says Euro USD we sell, Euro USD we sell based on macro. And you now want to now say, oh, how does somebody just not in the use technical analysis, and then you can call directional bias like that using macro, using headlines? How does it do it? That's experience. I don't even have that experience that he does have. I can't even interpret that. All right, I can't interpret as much as he is, as he does. So what I can actually do is to link closer to him and pick his insight. What do you think about crude oil V? He said, "Oh, V. Crude oil is going to give us a buy, blah blah blah." There's an area I was looking for on crude oil here. Crude oil is going to give us a buy, blah 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 blah, and all those stuff. And then when he says that, I'd be like, okay, 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 okay. Oh, since the fundamentals of the macro is saying that we should buy crude oil, then I use my technical analysis and look for an entry. It's that simple. So at the end of the day, as a trader, you need everybody around you. But hence, in terms of the technicals, you are rolling with people who sees the market with the same perspective. I don't need to. I don't need to. Even if I'm lazy, I'm not willing to take a trade. If FS Screen shares me a trade setup, I don't even need to reanalyze it. I'll take it because we see the market through the same lens, almost through the same lens. All right, the only thing that varies between our ours is our entry. Our entry models are different, but we see the market through the same lens. Do you understand? And then she looks for opportunities on swings for swings. I look for opportunities for day trading. All right, but I don't need to reanalyze, because I'm around people who. So you have to look for a certain tribe, and anybody could be part of your tribe, as long as you guys see the market the same way. All right. So um, if you have any questions that you want to ask me, tomorrow is a good time. Ask the question. Type the questions down. You can type them now because I know sometimes some people can be lazy to type, and but you can think about it now. Type them, keep them in your notepad. Tomorrow you don't have to type, just copy and paste. And you know how we always do it here. We are more than happy to answer those questions without withholding anything. All right, this is the place where you can get access to see what we are doing without paying any fee or saying, oh, I need to. We will show you. Ask, say, I want to see your strategy. We'll show you. I want to. We'll show you. I want to do. We'll show you. And what do you want? As long as technical is concerned, we'll show you. I showed you my entry model. Okay. So and there are a whole lot because a lot of people think it's just about show me how you trade, show me your how do you get directional bias, how do you get your entry, show me your entry model. I just showed you a drawdown plan, a drawdown risk plan. I don't think you can probably see anywhere. And if at all you see anywhere, it's only a few. All right. A progressive drawdown risk plan that supports your psychology, not just once you're trading with 1%, stick to 1% risk, whether in what they call it in my this marriage, in sickness or in health. You don't do that here. If your account is sick, you have to adjust. If your account is sick, you have to adjust. You can't run the way you run when you are well, when your account is well. When your account is sick, you can't run that way. So apply that same thing that happens to you when you are not feeling fine as a person, maybe when you're ill. You know you can't do certain things that you will do when you are healthy. Apply that same thing to your account. Don't treat your account like a robot. When you were talking about be stoic like a robot, or we're talking about your emotions, not your account. You have 10 more minutes to go, guys. And if you're just joining for the first time, use the hashtag on X, hash execution room, take a screenshot, post, tag FundedVerse, tag myself at Uncommon King, tag V at V underscore Anibi, tag FS Queen, Princess, Enedun, and let us know what you think, how well you're enjoying this. If you want us to continue, if it has been impactful in the last 2 weeks that we started it. All right, whatever, even if it has been bad, let us know. Even if if you are looking at areas that you call for improvement, let us know. All right, we'll be more than happy to do this. We are doing it already. We've been doing it. For those of you that already know me from my Telegram channel on my Telegram channel, the public, I trade live there. I've traded for prop firms since 2024, brokers, traded my account live on X. So we've been doing this thing for a long time. So it's not something that we just started and then we are no. So why don't you learn from it? Use that as a motivation that if if they can do it, why can't I do it? I told myself one thing one time. I said, look, I know what I know. Me, I'm not trying to I do not brag and I do not support the business of bragging. All right. But when you earn some rights, some bragging rights, it's always good to state it out there. All right. But it's just that you need to watch your tone. So it's just that you need to watch your tone so that you don't your tone does not step on other people's emotions, right? What I tell you for a fact is I know that I know what I know. But what I know that I know it in private. That I'm good at this thing. But I told myself that since I know what I know in private, I want to see if what I know in public. And that was how I started my trading life journey. Because it was a challenge. You good now. You sabi this thing. I will tell myself inside my system, I'll hit my chest and say, you sabi this thing, die. Oh, yeah, you are man. Uncle, you're good. You really know this thing. That's in private. But I needed to do this in public. But in public, I don't need to tell myself that I'm good. It's left for people who are watching to say, I don't think it's good. Do you understand? So, but anyways, that's the same motivation you should give yourself so that tomorrow you can, you are watching me today, tomorrow you can be part of me, maybe in a gig where I've been, I was called up to trade live and I see that you do it. I'll call you up and we'll trade together. All right. I'll call you up and we'll trade together because there are only few people that can do this. And you need to train yourself to be one of those persons who can trade live. In an industry where everybody is just about before and after replay tools, they don't show you their losses, how they take their trades, you don't even know if they are gambling or not, right? And then you're able to see. If I had seen during my time when I was coming up as a trader, if I had seen somebody like this that would trade, because that time they'll just show you on YouTube, all right, if I'm going to buy from here, you can look how price does here, and they play replay tools, you just see price, you just tap and go. I'll be like, wow. But if I see somebody that traded live, like sit down and watch for hours, I think I would have been much more better than I am right now. Because that was all I was looking for. I needed to see some. I think I only saw someone and that person just showed me his MT5. Not like he showed me I was trading live. And this is me today who never sat down and watched anybody trade live, but me, I'm trading live with people. So imagine what that does to you that are watching right now. Then you get this thing, you get the hang of it, and then you start trading. You'll be so your confidence level will even be more than mine because you have seen me do it. I didn't see anybody do it in my time. Now there are traders that are there, but they are very few. All right, so our JB225 trade is almost at there, almost breaking out the required place we expected. It has broken out of it actually. All right. So I just want to see we might actually take this trade tomorrow. Not me. For those of you that are interested in taking the trade, might actually take this trade tomorrow. I'm not trading tomorrow, but I'll share my analysis and what I'm looking out for. All right. Yeah, you might look at price coming back into this region and then giving you a buy opportunity, probably into this fair value gap that is forming currently right now, right? That's like the most reasonable point I see for a continuation, right? So this candle has to close. Once it closes, you can look into this point, right? You can, look for a confirmation on the H1, or if you want to enter direct, put your SL below the sweep, all right, and then you can buy some more, right? We have some more buys to go to do, right? You can buy some more. Okay, so don't worry. Tomorrow we'll look at more analysis, and if you want to take the trade, you can take some trades. But for me, I'll see you guys on the chat again actively, meaning I'm going to trade with you guys on Monday. All right, Monday, and yeah, so that's it. So in the absence of no other question, all right, we have 4 more minutes. I'll just leave the chat and I'll play some sounds while I'm looking at the comment section. If you have any question, ask. You have 6 more minutes, and once 6 more minutes is done, I'll be ending the live.